How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to go over the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about OCGN. As you know, they dropped a big time bomb inside the market. But before we get into that, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you are new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I suggest you watch the entire video. So the first thing that we're going to be going over is the press release that came out from Ocugen on their official Twitter. You can also read it on their website, but of course, I'm going to be doing it face to face with you guys. Also, on top of that segment, I'm going to be playing a video from my people over at Reddit in the Ocugen subreddit. I hope I said that correctly. I'm a little bit behind the time on things. But anyways, we'll be playing a video. We talked about that conference that we're going to have with Dr. Fauci or Dr. Fauci. You guys were correcting me. You're not saying his name properly. I'm going to say Dr. Fauci. Correct me if I'm wrong on that too. And we also know someone from Bharat Biotech, which was the director. Hey, he's speaking and he's actually in that video. I'm going to be playing that for you guys. And then afterwards, we're going to be doing a technical analysis. We want to take a look at the price action. We want to see, hey, are our areas of support holding up? And if OCGN begins to get bullish and starts looking strong, because we did have some volatility today, where could it actually potentially go? And then when that is done, we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know what is the overall market sentiment, and also has the short volume ratio. What kind of changes have been going on? And then after that, we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what is the inflow looking versus the outflow in regards to buying and as well as selling. You guys know this is a jam-packed video. I want to give you a lot of value. So let's get into it, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts afterwards. Now let's go over the update that Ocugen mentioned on their Twitter, and of course the original source is on their website, and you can read that in the press release section. We won't be doing that in this video. We're just going to go over the important things, all right? So we are excited to announce the expansion of our agreement with Bharat Biotech to include commercializing COVID-19 vaccine Covaxin in the Canadian market. And as you can see from the image, Ocugen expands commercialization rights to include Canada. Remember, we were talking about only the US, like, there's only so much money they're going to be able to make. But now they have Canada, and if you guys don't know already, Canada is actually where I'm from as well. This is definitely great news, and it has the same setup in regards to the deal, them having 45% of revenues and so forth. But what we need to understand, and why is this very significant, why would they go through all of this effort if things are not looking good? So that's one of the things I want you guys to be aware of. And again, it just comes down to having a lot of patience. And seeing this particular move being made, of course, is going to be increasing the value of the overall company. And also that will be reflected in the stock price. Like I was saying before, there was a lot of volatility inside of the market, but we did see that it made a strong pop before being hit with some selling pressure. But outside of that, of course, remember, we covered yesterday that they were going to have a talk that was going on that was including Bharat Biotech and as well, and make sure I say this correctly, Dr. Fauci. So we're going to actually play that video right now, and yeah, let's take a look at it.
And it should be continued. And the reverse drain of knowledge and information has also started. As you know, we have partnered with a company called Ocugen in the United States. We have licensed Covaxin to them for the United States and Canada. And we are in the process of tech transferring our QC assays, our drug substance manufacturing, and the drug product manufacturing, back to Ocugen, so that this vaccine can be made in the US. And the benefit of this vaccine is that Covaxin, we're also conducting clinical trials on younger age groups, children as low as 2 years of age to 12 years of age. So this will be a benefit, not just for India, but for US and also many other entities around the world.
So there you have it. So he went into more details talking about the partnership with Ocugen that's going to help them get Covaxin into the US and as well as into Canada, and talking about transferring tech and making sure Ocugen has everything it needs to actually produce Covaxin. And this is definitely great to hear. We talked about this going down yesterday and we were looking forward to seeing some great news, and I feel this was great news to hear. So I'll talk more about this in the final thoughts. Let's get into the other segments of this video. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. So let's see how it performed on today. So it ended up closing at $8.89, being down 5.98% on the day. On the low, it tested $8.81, and then on the high, testing $9.54. So when we take a look at how it's lining up with our indicators, also to let you guys know, we're using the 1 year, 1 day chart here just to keep you up to date. So we can see we're well above the 200 day. We're also above the 100 day. But if we take a look at the 21 day EMA, it's right at $8.92. So we're sitting right on the line here. We did end up getting some big time news, but do keep in mind we had a lot of volatility inside the market. There were a lot of run-ups and then there was a lot of sell-offs, but it was good seeing OCGN being consistent to hold down this $8 level that we talk about on this channel quite a bit. We know this $8 area does serve as a solid area of support, and the fact that we almost closed right at $9 is something that is great to see. Seeing the spikes was also good as well, but we do need to understand we have an area of resistance right around this 950 level. We hit 954, and of course it was met with selling pressure. So if we're able to actually get past this particular level, then I'll be definitely looking forward to seeing a move getting to $10. You can guys see it right in front of you, the way how it's looking as far as the chart is concerned. We get past that 950, we go to 960, we're going to definitely be getting to that $10 range, and that's where I would start looking forward to seeing a run start to occur. Of course, we're waiting on certain catalysts to come out as far as the EUA and so forth. So this is why the month of June is definitely a time where you need to be patient, but there's so much room for upside, as many of you know already. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for OCGN. So the short volume ratio is at 24%, and this is taking into consideration June the 2nd, which was yesterday, so the end of the day. When we scroll down on the page, short shares availability is at 150,000, and the short borrow free rate is at 4.45%. Taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, seeing it at 23.88 or 24. We're seeing also from June the 1st, it was as high as being at 30.49, and as well on May the 28th being at 34.83. So we're seeing that there's a reduction that is going on as far as for the short volume. We will continue to keep an eye on this. We have one more day until the week is actually finished. So when we get that information as far as later on this evening, what the short volume ratio was, I'm going to be looking forward to it, and of course I'll be sharing it with you guys on this channel. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So on the inflow side we had 80, and on the outflow side we had 77. We had one large order, 57 medium orders, and 22 small orders. On the outflow side, we had 0 on the large, medium we had 54, and small we had 23. As we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you see a lot of people are loading up on shares of OCGN. What does this mean? They have been buying on the dips. They have been buying when it's been below $10. We know they did a direct offering at $10, but this stock has a lot of upside. So the fact that many are loading the boat, this is including institutions. This is why it's very key. Institutions make up the majority of large scale orders that are being purchased. So we're seeing where the big money is actually going. They are loading up. So this is definitely good to see overall in general. And I'm actually going to be very curious to look forward to how it looks like for tomorrow. But overall, in general, looking very bullish here. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, it was definitely great getting that news today. We're going to be seeing Covaxin in Canada. I know you guys are probably saying, yo, Dre, you were jumping the gun here. But like I said, why go through all of this effort if things are not going to be going through. I'm not saying that it's confirmed, it's guaranteed. I'm just saying this comes down to assumptions. We are assuming that they're going to be able to get this done, the EUA is going to go through and so forth, and I'm one of the people out there that believe that they can get this done. Another thing to also understand, this does expand in regards to more revenue Ocugen can bring in. They're no longer limited by the US alone. And you know what sets this up very nicely? There could be other opportunities expanding into different markets as well. So this is something definitely we want to keep on our radar here. But you know, when it comes to the stock market, it's always best, or you should always be focusing to buy low and sell high. When the stocks dip, this is where you buy. So when it starts running up, you get to maximize your profit. And that's exactly what the big money's doing right now. They're taking notice of this. Yes, we also do realize there's also a good amount of short interest in OCGN as well. So the stock is open to a lot of manipulation. So being aware of that and knowing that, I think, is definitely key. And again, we know this particular stock was a penny stock. It's still a penny stock now. In my book, anything under $10 I look at as a penny stock. But we saw this thing was literally trading in the pennies not too long ago. So it's going to be coming with a lot of volatility. You might be expecting a certain move, but it may not move in that particular fashion. But what we do know, when certain catalysts come through as far as the EUA and getting some more updates that are game-changing in regards to trials going on with Covaxin, then we could start seeing, the stock price actually taking some serious moves here. We also got to understand there is a lot of volatility inside of the market today. The NASDAQ was also down, but we do know AMC was definitely on a tear, showing some crazy momentum. So what we see automatically, a lot of short sellers, they're having to make arrangements. They're having to change positions around. So taking all of this into consideration, today what we saw, again, I'm not really fazed by this. Things are looking really good. And anyone who was holding out for that catalyst, hey, my hat's off to you. I'm going to be waiting on that as well because things are definitely looking good for Ocugen. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.